Hi guys, very quick video just going through the second part of circular flow of income. So already in this diagram we have looked at the idea of consumption, we've looked at the idea of national income, and we've looked at the idea of the relationship or the interdependent relationship between households and firms. We've identified that households consume part of their income, but they also save some of it, and that saving is a leakage from the circular flow. So money that households have received flows out of the system into banks. But we've also identified that there is an injection back into firms through investment. Now we're going to have a look at international trade. Now, UK households and households around the world also purchase in imports. And imports are goods and services produced in another part of the world which are sold to households in other territories. Now, the goods come into that territory, but the money for those goods, the payment, leaves that country. So therefore, the payment is a leakage from the circular flow, because this is money that households have received from firms which don't go back to firms, because it leaves to pay for farmers or pay for car manufacturers or pay for handbag makers in other countries. So it's a leakage. However, we produce goods in our country which flows out of our country, and money for those goods flow in. So in the UK, we produce gin, we produce cars, we produce clothing, high-end clothing, we produce cheese and biscuits, and we produce many, many services such as accountancy, law, shipping and entertainment, Premiership football. All of these goods see that we have an injection into our circular flow. So another way of looking at it, if we buy a German teddy bear, the money flows out of the UK to pay for the German teddy bear. But if we buy a teddy bear from the UK, Hamleys, money flows into the UK to pay for the teddy bear. So exports create an injection into the circular flow. So if we were trying to work out the value of national income, this green line is worked out by adding up C plus I plus X, because I is an injection of money into the UK economy, and exports are goods that we sell abroad for which people pay us money to firms, creating an injection into our circular flow. So therefore, the value of national income is made up of C plus I plus X. Adding on to this, we also have government. So the government is a key supplier in our economy. Now, governments have to be paid taxation to pay for the goods and services which they provide. And taxation is a leakage out of our circular flow, because as I earn income, taxation is taken from that, and that taxation is money which I can no longer spend because the government has it, and therefore I can't spend it anymore. So households and firms, we have, therefore, leakages, savings, injection, investment, leakage, imports, injection, exports, money flowing in. But then we've got taxation. That's money coming out of our income, which is money we can't spend because the government has it. However, the government spends. The government is a key employer. And the government also provides services which we benefit from in our economy, say, for example, the NHS or education. And the government has to provide goods to provide those services: bandages, chairs, printers, computers, gas, electricity. So therefore, the people who spend the money in the economy, the people that produce the services, comes from injections of C for consumption, I for investment, X for exports, and G for government spending. So the value that goes into firms and the value that firms pay for through national income, the money that flows out of firms back up to households, is dependent upon C plus I plus G plus X. C plus I plus G plus X. So if we as economists want to do something to increase the size of our economy, to create growth in our economy, we can, but the only things that we can do which will have an impact is we can either increase consumption, increase investment, get governments to spend more to increase exports. And in relation to this government spending, this is so important for our economy, because just at the moment in COVID, at times of national crisis, when the economy would be shrinking significantly greater than it already is, the government is spending at the moment to try and prop the economy up, whether this be through the furlough scheme, whether it be through vaccinations or support of other key industries such as infrastructure. Now, the next things that we do now as economists is we are going to look at what is national income and is it actually important to us? And what can we do to improve the value of C, I, G and X? Because if we can increase the size of these, what will happen to national income is that this will rise. These four variables are key components of what make up what we know as aggregate demand.